Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters, this morning in Fajr, I don't know when's the last time I cried. See, when as adults, we don't cry. We're not like kids, you know. When we're younger, we cry often. But as adults, we hardly cry. Especially men, where we can keep things inside and we have the strength, you know, not to show our emotions. This morning after Fajr, on the way home, I cried. What made me cry? It broke my heart. Kasar qalbi to walk in the Salat today for Fajr, and everyone is 1 meter apart. I thought everyone was praying the Sunnah. I thought they changed the times. I was shocked. And the Imam said, Allahu Akbar. After the Salah, I said, what's going on, people? What's going on, people? Who do you fear? Everyone is saying Allahu Akbar when they pray. What does it mean? It means Allah is the greatest. But you say it, but do you really feel it? Do you believe what you're saying? Allah is the greatest. If Allah is the greatest and He is the greatest, why don't you fear Him? Why don't you put your trust in Him? Why does this ummah have so much fear? Allah is testing you. You know Allah is testing you, but why don't you fear Him? How come there's no fear? How come there's no tawakkul? Why? The Imam says, brother, calm down to me. The reason why I told everyone to pray 1 meter apart is because I'm worried if someone comes and takes a photo. La hawla wa quwwata illa billah al-azim. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakeel. Allah is sufficient and Allah is enough for us. My brothers and sisters, Allah now is testing us. He's testing us. He wants to see who's the real believer. He's testing us, and it's a wake-up call for all the Muslimin. Don't fear. Nothing will happen except by the will of Allah. And if Allah willed something to happen to you, it's going to happen. No matter what you do, no matter what option you take, no matter what, no matter how you do it, no matter how many masks you wear, no matter if you're literally covered in a bubble, if Allah has willed for you to be infected, you're going to get infected. And may you be one person in a room full of everyone that has this virus. If Allah does not will for you to get sick, you won't get sick. And if Allah willed for you to get fined, you'll get fined. And if Allah doesn't will for you to not get in trouble, you won't get in trouble. If the people plotted to kill you and Allah willed that no one will touch you, no one can touch you. And I'll give you an example. Musa alayhi salam was running with his people. And while he was running, he was being chased by Pharaoh. Brothers and sisters, I want you to imagine having an army chasing you with weapons. Just 1 second, imagine being chased with weapons. Imagine the fear that's in your heart. And what did Allah tell Musa alayhi salam? Ya Musa, la takhaf. Musa, do not fear. Throw your stick. Musa threw his stick alayhi salam, and the water opened up. And then they went through, and the water closed back and drowned Pharaoh. Ibrahim alayhi salam, they put him in a catapult. And while he's in the air, imagine being thrown from a catapult. You're in the air, mid-air, and you see the pit of fire. Imagine the fear. Imagine the fear a person can have. You're in the sky, and when you look down, you see fire. Jabril, the angel, came to Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he said, Ya Ibrahim, do you need any help? Ibrahim alayhi salam said, from you, no. From Allah, yes. Hasbi Allahi wa ni'mal wakeel. What did Allah say to this fire? What did Allah say to this mere creation that Allah created? Kuna bardan wa salaman ala Ibrahim. Be cool and be at peace with Ibrahim. Ibrahim alayhi salam landed in this fire. Not one hair was burnt. He walked away untouched. What does the prophets, what do these prophets have in common? They put their trust in Allah. And they were in danger. And they put their trust in Allah. And Allah was sufficient for them. And Allah is sufficient for me and you, my brothers and sisters. Right now there's a plague. Right now there's a crisis. My brothers and sisters, don't bend this deen. Don't compromise your deen. Allah is watching you. Allah wants to say, what are you going to do? Allah wants to say, who are you going to rely on? Do the right thing and say, Hasbi Allahi wa ni'mal wakeel. Allah is sufficient for us, my brothers and sisters. And nothing, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, no illness, no disease, nothing can happen to you unless by the will and the permission of your creator Allah. Nothing. If Allah didn't write it for you, it's not going to harm you. If the whole world gathered and they plotted to kill you and Allah doesn't will it, it's not going to happen. A real believer has this firm trust in Allah that everything is in Allah's hands and Allah controls everything. But we are here, my brothers and sisters, like the prophets were tested. We are here and we are being tested. This is a test. This is a test. Don't fear. Fear Allah. Don't fear the coronavirus. Fear Allah. Don't fear what can happen. Fear Allah. Put your trust in Allah. You can't lose. You will never lose. The successful are those that worship and fear Allah and put their full trust in Allah. And Allah is with the Sabirin. My brothers and sisters, please, for the sake of Allah, do not forget this is a test and don't make excuses. It's the shaitan making the excuses for you. The shaitan is whispering in your ears, my brothers and sisters. He wants you to fear. Fear nothing but Allah. That's the real mu'min. That's the real believer. Fear nothing but Allah and put your complete trust in Allah. Allah is sufficient for you, my brothers and sisters. I ask Allah to strengthen our iman, to strengthen our trust in Him, and to forgive us and to guide this entire Muslim ummah to the straight path. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.